That'll be a clacker. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Hungry, Horny, and Confused. This is Sir Willie at your service,
Yes, sir. This is Ian.
and welcome back. And for those who haven't seen an episode before, welcome aboard again. So this week, I think we're gonna discuss. You know what? I got no idea what we're gonna get into today.
I think today our plan is to get into some fun stuff and just kind of hit the ground running and see where we end up. We're going to free ball this one and I think we're going to have a little fun with it.
It's definitely gonna be fun, but just like last episode, hold on to your seatbelts yet again, because, like Ian said, I have no idea where this one's going to take us, and I'm not even going to get into where it might take us. But I got a list written down of a few things we can get into, just in case we get way too far off the rails. So off the bat, I was kind of feeling this question as you rolled the camera, but if you had to describe yourself, or if you thought you had to be any kind of animal in the animal kingdom out there,
Ooh, I like
what
this.
animal would you depict yourself as?
Oh, man.
I'm gonna try to say like an animal that you really think you would be out there, but you can slide in which one you would want to be at the same time.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I have a lot of things going through my mind. Like, I mean, gorilla, silverback gorilla would be badass. Pretty much us. Not as smart. Posable thumbs. Freaking 10 times as strong as us. They
I
also
feel like,
have eight females.
going with like the gorilla sort of monkey family is kind of an easy, because we kind of are like monkeys. So
That's true.
I feel like that's kind of like an easy,
And also, we
easy
could also
pick.
just go up to Dwayne the Rock Johnson and be like, "Hey, what's your life like on a day-to-day basis?" And that's the answer for being a gorilla every day. So
Yeah.
I guess that one's not that exciting. That's a good point. Um, I know as a kid, I would always say, no, I already broke the microphone. As a kid, I would always say Black Panther just because I thought that was badass. And then they made the movie
Dude,
about me, which is pretty badass as well. But
never saw it,
we'll
but
save that. We can make a whole episode about that by
yeah.
itself. So, are you feeling anything yet? I mean, I was
I,
kind
w-
of
I will say I do like that.
naked mole rat. No,
No, I don't
no.
think so. I
Yeah.
do like the
Shout
black.
out, Greg.
I do like the Black Panther choice. I think that is one of the coolest cats out there. For me, let's see, what
Ooh,
animal would I be?
ooh. I can see it right now. They even made a TV show about you and your family.
Zaboomafoo?
No, but that was a badass show. No, Meerkat
No, it was a
Manor.
cool show, huh?
I can see you as a
Meerkat.
meerkat. Meerkats are pretty badass.
So why would you say I'm a meerkat?
Just
What
physically,
physically?
nothing vibe wise, nothing personality wise. Just if I had to shrunk you down to that size of a meerkat, I think you would look like a meerkat. Meerkats are handsome.
Yeah,
You'd be a
honestly,
handsome
I can't really
meerkat.
put a picture to the name there right now for meerkat. I kind of forgot what that looks like. But if I had to choose,
Ooh,
you know what? I think I might be a good choice for
I
me.
think I got mine. Go for it.
Okay, I'm just still brainstorming, but
Storm that brain.
I think that I kind of resemble a marmot a little, if you know what that is. It's kind of like a gopher. It's kind of like a mountain
Okay, I
gopher.
was pretty close with the meerkat
Yeah,
then.
yeah, yeah. Like
Okay, I
I've
feel
seen
better
them.
about
Well,
that then.
marmots, they just kind of like they run around and they're always smiling and running behind rocks and just kind of
You a big
exploring.
running behind rock kind of guy?
Well, I just think I'm kind of like an explorer, so
Yeah,
I think that would be a good choice for me, a marmot.
that was like really that was good. That was good for you because the
Yeah.
animal I'm gonna say is probably nothing like myself. It's just a really badass animal.
Yeah, like that's the thing. I want to say that I'd be like a fucking
I was gonna say killer whale. Imagine how
yeah.
badass would be orca out
Oh,
there,
I didn't even think about
dude.
the sea.
And I hate the ocean, so that means a lot to me. But okay, I'm trying to think of something that depicts me. What would be me in the animal kingdom? All right,
I'll think about it too.
I think for some reason, right when I said that out loud, a kangaroo popped in my head. I don't know if I'm a big kangaroo kind of guy though. Hmm.
Yeah, I feel like I don't see you hopping around
What
like
would I be?
a kangaroo so much.
Huh. This is interesting. If I was a bird, I think I would be a. I think I would be a pigeon if I would be a bird.
You know
I'm
what we
just
could
like out
do?
there.
We could go. We
Start
could.
asking animals on the street. Hey, if I was going to be an animal in the animal kingdom, what kind of animal would I be?
Parrot.
Thank you.
Um, we could go like from we could do birds, and then we could go which sea animal, and then maybe mammal. That's also that could get a little complex.
That can get dicey when it comes to the ocean game.
Yeah, I
And I
don't
just
know.
realized I've been holding this pretty close to my mouth, so it's probably super loud sometimes. Apologies
Well,
ahead of
when I
time.
was when I was talking into them,
I know, I forgot
it
about
was
that, how
hella
loud it
loud.
was.
So yeah,
Well,
I don't think we have to
we'll
talk
find out
that
now.
loud.
I might just clip this in. Never mind. All right, back to. So are you sticking with can you just go with a gopher instead of saying marmot? Say groundhog. Groundhog's cool. There's a day named after you, Groundhog Day.
I
You
don't
get
even
picked when
know.
the season starts.
I don't even
That's
know it.
badass.
I
You
don't even know
control
if the
humanity.
marmot's right though.
Ooh, ooh, sloth.
No, dude, I'm active as fuck.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, like not a sloth at all.
I don't know. You kind of give me Sid the Sloth vibes.
That's offensive.
Oh my goodness, how is that offensive? He's probably the most likable character in any Pixar movie.
Okay, the most.
I haven't seen
Who's your
Ice Age in a
favorite?
while.
Who's your favorite character from that movie?
From that movie,
Yeah.
I mean Sid. Sid's the fucking shit.
What's the fuck?
Sid makes that movie. Are you thinking of the Sabretooth or the Wooly? I can't
Aren't
think
there
of
some
either
other
of the names.
characters too?
Yeah, those two possums. They're pretty entertaining.
Yeah,
Peaches, the baby.
Peaches.
The
The
little baby.
what's
We're
the
off track. I need to figure this out, or I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight. What animal would I be? I'm never mind. I'm dropping it. I'm not gonna be able to answer this. I
I'm
will
kind
think
of
about
blanking.
this.
I feel like I'm forgetting half the animals.
Half the animals. Want me to start? I will name you every single animal that's ever been discovered, starting right now. We'll see how long this podcast lasts. Dolphin, porcupine, elephant, rhino, hippo, giraffe, tiger, lion, jaguar, cheetah, gecko, lizard.
Damn.
Oh, damn right.
Man, you
Crocodile,
know a lot of fucking
snake.
animals, dude.
Want me to get into like this specific speed? Okay, no, we can't do
You know
this.
what? I'm gonna change my
From
choice
groundhog or from marmot?
from marmot.
Mammut.
I'm a horse.
You're
I
a
love.
whore?
I'm a horse, not a whore.
What?
Yeah, I love to
You
run.
don't you hate carrots?
I love carrots. I drink fucking carrot juice every day.
That is true.
So I love to run.
I'll
I
pray for you.
love wide open plains.
Wide
Um,
open spaces.
I was just gonna say something fucked up, but I'm not going
I'm
to.
glad I distracted you from that.
Um, yeah, I think I'd be a horse. I think that's probably my spirit animal. I think me and horses have a lot in common, and yeah, I think if I was to be an animal, that would be my choice, or that's what I would be. Yeah,
Nice pick, Ian. I'm
thanks.
proud of you.
Thank
That was a
you.
real adult move of you.
Yeah.
This just shows my
I feel
immaturity.
like what's pissing me off is I feel like you resemble an animal perfectly, and I've noticed before, and I just can't like. It's just not coming to my mind right now. You
I've
know,
resembled an animal. Well, according to my mother, I resemble the lizard from Geico commercial.
cute little guy.
Yeah, but I find that offensive.
Well, you're a cute little guy too, dude.
Thanks. Yeah, that's why the girls come up to me at the bar. Oh, you're such a cute little guy. Oh, so nice.
There it goes. That's that Lacroix.
Burp number one.
We're trying to keep
That was down to like a
yeah.
five
We're trying
maximum.
to keep bodily sounds out of the podcast a little
Better out than
more.
in, I would always say.
It's true.
Shout out Shrek.
Best movie ever.
Non-debatable. Probably out. Yeah. think in Time magazine it was in like the top 25 movies of all time.
I would say
Probably not, but
it's clearly the
put it in there.
greatest animated movie of all time. I think it's not even close.
I
Um,
mean, it teaches you so many life lessons about positivity, about not judging people by, not judging a book by its cover, finding out that you'll never know who you become best friends with along the road.
that's
Shout out
true.
Shrek and Donkey.
Who would
I
have
mean,
thought?
who would have thought a princess would have been an ogre?
I
Who
know.
would have thought?
It's
Who would
really
have
a
thought?
it's really a beautiful film.
And it's just teaches you that money and power isn't everything. Fuck you, Lord Farquaad. Fucking dismembering that gingerbread man. So disrespectful.
I can't lie, I was thinking about it earlier today
Shrek. I
because I
think
think
about
about
Shrek
it
every day.
pretty much every day, and I was thinking, you know, maybe things would have gone differently if he had just gone to the castle. He probably would have died, right?
What are we talking about?
Lord Farquaad.
Yeah, he's like
Yeah,
2'3".
yeah, he probably would have died. It's probably a smart move sending Shrek.
I mean, that was the thing. You got to send a guy that just BGAP, bro. Don't give a fuck. That's what Shrek did. Shrek just walked in there, handled his business, saw a dragon, was like, oh, it's a dragon. Donkey handled his business, you know what I mean? Know what I
No,
mean? Handled
no.
his business with a dragon. Then, yeah, see, there's. Who would have thought a dragon and a donkey could have had a beautiful family?
Beautiful little babies, little dragon donkeys.
Imagine changing those diapers. God have mercy.
All right,
All right.
what
Well, you're trying to think of the animal that I look like, and I'm trying to think of the animal that I would be in the animal kingdom besides the
yeah.
orca. Because I feel like I hate the ocean, so I can't be anything in the water.
That's like I wanted to pick a an aquatic animal, but I feel like I'm never in the ocean, so that wouldn't be right.
I feel like I'd be. Would I be a rooster? I feel like I give off of rooster vibes. I don't
I
want to
don't
say
think
chicken because I ain't no bitch.
you definitely got a little rooster in
Just because my
you.
hair when I bob it like this.
Yeah, I'm
Reminded me of
definitely
like one of the cockatoos.
you're definitely helping your case for a rooster. Let's see though, what would you be?
It's a pretty good
What
case.
would Will be?
Will the walrus? Walruses are
Uh,
pretty badass. I
they
bet
are
if you
cool.
saw a walrus in person, you would say, "Wow, I did not think they were as big as they are right now in front of me. They're pretty damn big."
I don't think I've ever seen a walrus.
Exactly, and you probably think, you know what? They're probably just like a little bit bigger than you. But brother, let me tell you something right now.
I think they're way I think they're way bigger than me.
Well, they're probably even bigger than way bigger than you. I'm a big walrus guy. Shout out walruses up north, down south. Not many east or west of here.
On the one hand, like you're not very aquatic, right?
No,
But you do love fish, so
I do
it
like
always
taking
almost would
fish
make
out of the water,
it almost would make
which
sense
I cannot do.
if you were if that would be your spirit animal, some type of deep sea animal.
Nessie, the Loch Ness monster.
I don't know.
I am kind of a myth and a legend.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Godzilla comes from the depths.
I don't think you're quite that destructive.
Okay, see, that's another misconception of Godzilla. He's not destructive. I mean, he is, but not purposely. He's just trying to defend the people from the other monsters that come and try to kill the people.
But what is he an animal? I don't like. He's not.
He's
He's a myth.
I could be wrong, but I believe he is considered a titan. He's one of the titans.
Hmm.
Think about that. But then now that I call him a titan,
What
I
are
do not call
what
myself
are
a
some
titan.
animals from like the?
Ooh,
What are some like Lion
ooh,
King
a lemur.
animals?
Like the guy from Madagascar,
Zaboomafoo.
like the king.
Yes,
Yes,
that's
that
who you
guy.
are, dude.
Yeah, I fucking love
What's
that
his
guy.
name? What's that? We gotta look that
Look
up.
him up. And then his little
King Julian.
King Julian.
Yeah,
And then
dude.
what's his little buddy's name? Little squirrel guy.
That's me.
More me. No, that guy. What's his name? Mort. Mort.
I can't fucking see.
All
Alright.
hail King Julian.
We'll look
Bitchy
up.
canny flitch. Bitchy canny flitch. Bitchy canny, bitchy canny, bitchy canny flitch.
Dude,
Bitchy canny flitch.
that's a
Bitchy canny
pretty good
flitch. Bitchy canny,
that's a
bitchy
pretty
canny,
good
bitchy
movie
canny
too.
flitch.
We're talking animated movies.
Talking animated movies, I'll
Yeah.
give that a solid 8.8 out of 10. That's a great film. 2 and 3, not even getting to 7
What
out
do
of
you
10.
what do you think are the top three? If you had to make a top three?
Top 3 animated films of all time?
Yeah.
Mm. Well, obviously, Shrek number 1. Madagascar is not going to be in there. Wasn't a big princess film guy. But out of all those princess film movies, Little Mermaid was pretty badass. So that might get in there at number 3. Mm,
Oh,
nah, just kidding.
Mort is the little.
What? What?
For me, obviously, we already.
Toy Story is going to my top 3.
That's a good one, and there's like five of them, and they're all pretty
I'm counting the
good.
first.
Do you see the fourth one?
Seen them all, brother.
I almost cried in the fourth one. I might have
I mean, I
cried.
cry during all of them, but I bawl. I carry buckets around of my tears when I watch the first one. Cars is a good one. I'm not putting that in my top 3, but
Yeah.
it's debatable. Ooh, ooh. Here's get the key. Here's my 3 picks. Put them in. 1, 3. Lock it. We're going Shrek.
Obviously.
We're going Toy Story, and we're going Tarzan.
Oh, I forgot about
That's
Tarzan.
the big 3. That honestly might even be like a non-debatable big 3.
I guarantee for me personally, Shrek and Tarzan are both there. I don't know what the other one is.
I just, I imagine, I can't imagine also that movie without Phil Collins being the soundtrack in the film.
That,
I don't think it would have been nearly as good, even
that
though the
movie
idea
is
of
just
that
like
movie is
a
awesome.
is just a masterpiece. They both are. Let's see
Oh, dude, you're
here.
basically cheating.
Well, I'm trying to
Oh,
get a little.
ooh. Number 4, shout out Monsters Inc.
Hmm. Yeah, that's a good one.
Dude, I don't fuck around when it comes to animated films.
What's
Want to hear a hot take I'm about to say?
Yeah, go for it.
Never mind, I was going to say it, and as soon as I pre-said it in my head, terrible take. I take it. I pre-take it back. I was going to say Incredibles is an overrated film, but
It's pretty
it's
good.
pretty fucking good.
Yeah,
It's pretty
I
good.
think you just
Both of them
haven't
are
seen
good.
it in a while.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot what happened in the second one.
Um,
Right, I remember the first one.
sounds
It
like I
was
know what I'm
like
watching tonight.
in the first one there was like that bad guy who, he was a fan of Mr. Incredible,
Oh,
and
the
then
the
he,
little dorky looking guy.
yeah,
I thought he was extinguished. He comes
dude,
back in the second
one
one.
of the coolest. That movie has one of the coolest characters from animated movies.
Who are you about to
Frozone.
say? Yeah, that's like really random of you to say.
You didn't think he was sick?
Back that statement up, sir.
I mean, just the way he would.
The way he would glide on that ice, man, it was just like so cool, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Like he was
exactly.
cool as ice, bro.
I mean, he
Does
was.
that rest your case?
He also had like where's my super suit? He had like some pretty iconic lines.
That was pretty good.
That was
That
good.
that was pretty good.
Yeah,
You should almost stop right there because I'm gonna give it to you. That's a pretty good one.
yeah.
If you say one more thing about him, I might disrupt that whole case and throw it out.
No, I just want to watch. all these movies. Should we
Watch all these movies right now on this live podcast.
go to? You said you had a couple takes, right? Couple.
Couple of conversations that we might get into.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some dangerous takes on there though.
Let's get into it.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Let's. I'm gonna give you four of them, and I'm gonna let you pick out of those four which ones you want to get into.
I have a feeling that whole first half an hour we just did was like super loud. He sounded so loud.
There's a very good chance that was loud. But now you're on Will's seductive radio station. Welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen. Come aboard to the train of Will and Ian's soft talking music. All right, back to the four topics. Yeah,
Alright.
I feel like even those whispers were kind of be pretty loud.
Well, it was pretty close to the mouth. Let's get into it. Come on.
Get into it.
Yeah, hit me with it.
Four topics. First one we can get into ancient civilizations. Second one we can get into the Great Reset. Third, the missing link. Number four, the good old pyramids.
Let's see.
Number one and number two kind of tie into each other a little bit. Actually, you know what? Technically, I might tie all of these back to the first one.
I don't know. I don't think I know a ton about ancient civilizations. For the Great Reset, are you talking? Can you explain that a little?
So, what comes to your mind when you think of like ancient civilizations?
When I think of ancient civilizations, I kind of think of sort of humanity at its core and like tribalism and people that
Sounds like an Oprah answer. I mean, like what kind of people do you think of? Like ancient
like
civilizations.
warriors, tribes, um,
Give
sort
me a
of
time period.
a time period. I was thinking ancient civilizations, probably like around like Christ, Christ, when Christ was born or earlier.
Okay,
Yeah.
like that's pretty ancient.
Yeah.
But these topics are all based on ancient, ancient, ancient.
So, like,
compared
when
to
are we
that.
talking about?
Like I'm talking about. So what? 2022 years ago is when Jesus, our Lord and Savior, died on the cross. I would say like freaking. I should have done a little more research on this one, but like 30,000 years ago, like maybe 50,000 years ago, maybe 100,000 years ago.
Oh shit. Well, I feel like back then it was just people surviving.
That's people today. That's kind of the basis of life. It's just people surviving. I'll tell you right
survival
now.
Seems pretty.
I'll tell you right now. I'm just trying to survive right now.
I think it was a lot harder back then.
Maybe, maybe not. You know what? You can ask a lot of people that know me pretty well, and I think you could debate that I would survive a lot better about 300-400 years ago than I'm surviving now. I would have been a king back then.
I think you would thrive in the 60s.
60s? I would have been a free bird, brother.
Yes, sir.
I would have been lost. I probably would have been dead at 15, 16. Nah, I definitely would.
Well, everybody was dying young back then.
Well, actually, that's the case nowadays. That's a very under talked about topic these days as well. But we're gonna get into that in a different episode. But back to this ancient civilization thing. Uh, the thing because have you heard about like obviously the pyramids being built, like these old ancient ruins that are like how do they build it back in the days when like all they had were wooden tools and like bronze hammers? Like how could they construct these huge buildings and whatnot? Like constructed pyramids together.
I've always thought that is remarkable, that it seems impossible that they could have built the pyramids given, just how big they are, and they didn't have like the, what we have today, the tools and technology to build something that big.
And like on top of that, not only is like the physical construction of it pretty monumental and incredible, but there's the fact that they're lined up with like the constellations precisely.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't
you've
even
never
know
heard about
that.
that?
Dude, I honestly don't
I
know
believe
shit
it's
about them.
Orion's belt. That might just because it's the most popular belt, but I believe it's lined up with those three stars. But there's some like fascinating things about it geometrically and like where it's located at longitude and latitude wise. Like on top of that, so like let's say, so you agree that it's pretty incredible, like how people back then were able to construct things like that. And like
Yeah.
if you were to
It
look,
seems impossible that
yeah.
they could have.
So here's a theory. And
Okay.
this would lead me into the Great Reset. So a theory is that we've gone through this kind of evolutionary stage before, through like going from coaling industries to like being this technologically advanced. So like maybe 100,000 years ago, like we had this kind of technology, or maybe not this advanced, but advanced enough where we did kind of have construction tools and materials to be able to construct palaces and pyramids and architectural genius buildings and like Göbekli Tepe. If you were to Google that, it's amazing. It's beautiful the way they were able to do that. Like it
What's it
would be hard.
called?
Göbek. It's super hard to pronounce because it was
Can I
founded.
look it up?
Yeah, it was founded in Turkey. Göbekli Tepe, I believe it's called. But it would be hard to like construct that nowadays. So the theory is we've had civilizations that were evolved to almost as advanced as we are now until a great reset happens, like a meteor hits, like the poles shift, and like great tsunamis and earthquakes occur to the point where civilization is conquered and destroyed, where it has to restart, and all the technology is lost, and the scrolls are burned and lost in the sea and all whatnot. But so like civilizations have restarted periodically over these 3.6 billion years, or 6.5, excuse me. The Earth's been alive. So like that's a theory out there, which makes sense to why these beautiful monuments and buildings were constructed.
And you're saying why? You're saying like a lot of them were destroyed?
Like just how the dinosaurs were destroyed. Like there's proof of a meteor wiping the whole dinosaurs out, and only a few lasting. Why couldn't that happen multiple amounts of times? Like an example, shout out to my boy Graham Hancock. He has discovered these lines on the Sphinx and the pyramids that show that there was water, like it was flooded for years at a time. Like there's water marks all around it. So it shows at one point it was the whole entire area was completely flooded. Like I don't know. It's
No,
something crazy to think about.
that makes sense when you think about how, people will say like when were the dinosaurs, like how long ago were they here? Like did like 5 million, kind of
It's
like
rumored from 1 million to like 65 million years ago.
yeah. And when you think about how long our current civilization and cohort of people have been here like 2,000 years, that's nothing compared to, when we're looking from that gap, there's some just such a large period of time. And a lot of these things you see, like, what's it called? Glimmet Tepe?
Göbekli Tepe.
Göbekli Tepe, the pyramids, a lot of these structures and stuff that people continue to find. I think it definitely shows that there have been tons of different cohorts and sort of civilizations of people that I think in some way have led to the evolution of where we are today, but clearly there's been multiple events that have wiped out cohorts of people throughout time.
Like yeah, there was that registered ice age that happened millions of years ago too. I'm sure if there was a civilization back then, that probably would have affected that population and wouldn't have effect on that.
And it's weird to think about like what is going to be that event, if there is an event that could wipe out. our current
Well,
sort of civilization and
there's one
group of
pretty good
people.
threat going on right now that's setting its toll right on our
We
doorstep.
getting into it?
Now we're not going to get into it, but we can announce what it is. World War III at our doorstep, ladies and gentlemen. One push of the button away, which our
Yeah.
president has said this is the closest we've been to it since the Cold War, which isn't talked about in the news. Instead, we're just talking about Kanye West. What else is talked about in the news?
We love
That's
to.
that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Instead of talking about which the danger effects, just like how they just scrubbed off that asteroid that was as big as the Eiffel Tower. That was the closest big asteroid that's ever been to Earth recorded,
Oh, really?
and that was never talked about.
When was that?
I would say like 6, 7 months ago.
Oh,
And then did
shit.
you hear about NASA?
That'd be crazy.
Oh, want to hear something crazy?
Yes.
I bet you haven't heard of this, but it's crazy. NASA just did a project about a week ago where they launched a satellite into an asteroid and set it like off its course, like to test it just in case we had an emergency, like if
Oh, to like deter it from
to deter it from
hitting
crashing into
Earth.
Earth.
Jesus.
And I guess it worked. But then there's a theory going on was obviously if this was really happening, and the president was like, "Oh, there's an asteroid coming to Earth that's ready to destroy like the whole planet. Like this could happen in a week from now." Imagine the panic that would cause. So instead of that, NASA was
Do
like,
you
"Oh,
think that they would tell everyone? I feel
no."
like they wouldn't.
Instead, they would do what
Uh,
they did last week and just said, "Oh, we're doing a test, and we're just going to hit this random asteroid. Like that's not going to come anywhere near Earth, anyways."
didn't they make a movie about that recently?
Yeah,
Like
with Bruce Willis, it was a badass movie, one of my favorite movies, but I can't think of the
I'm
name
talking
of it.
about the one with Jonah Hill.
Oh, and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
That
Do
was
you see that?
yeah, but that's not as good as the one I was talking about.
What's
I
the
mean,
one you're talking about?
it's where they fly onto an asteroid, and they're like like the best drilling team in the world. So they go to them. NASA does train them to go to space, launch them to space to go on this asteroid headed towards Earth, and they set I think a nuke in it, and they explode it so it doesn't come into Earth in one big piece. God damn,
Yeah.
it's blowing my mind. But I want to get into one last thing about this ancient civilization
Also,
topic.
I have a good sidetrack.
Okay, but
Direction we could
I want
go
to show
in.
you one more thing.
Yeah.
Look up the Sumerian tablets. This was like a clay tablet that was formed.
Sumerian.
Yes, with an E, not an A, sir.
Oh,
Excuse me.
sorry.
But this is a tablet founded like about 50 years ago, dated back to thousands of years ago, and it depicts the solar system. Which go to this one. It depicts the solar system, and a tablet founded and created this long ago. How would they know the knowledge? It has the exact same amount of planets. And it depicts all the sizes correctly. The sun's in the middle.
Who's that?
That's called
God.
Enki. He's a Sumerian god.
Uh,
The theory behind the Sumerians is God, Ian, this is where it all comes to a circle. This brings me to the missing link. So the scientists could never get into or find out the fact how we went from Neanderthals to human beings.
yeah.
Like there always recorded history of brain development, like our brain from this size to this size. But then all of a sudden, when we went from Neanderthals to humans, our brain developed like twice the size, and we can't figure out how it happened. So theory is the Sumerian god came to Earth, saw Neanderthals, are like, like they have potential. They're kind of smart. They have opposable thumbs. They can do work. I'm gonna implement my DNA into them so they can develop faster into like these intelligent species, and then I'm going to enslave them to do my work so I can mine this resources on this planet so I can send them back to my home planet. Da da da. But, anyways, so that's the theory behind this
So you're
civilization.
saying
So what I'm saying,
they
so what I'm saying is
put
this
their
civilization,
DNA
they put their DNA into
into the
Neanderthals,
Neanderthals?
and
Okay,
sped up the process, the brain development twice as fast,
makes
which
sense.
it kind of does make sense. And then you would also say, like, how do they have this knowledge of
That seems
the
like
solar
that
system?
would have a lot to do with the growth of our brain. Just a lot of different breeds of our ancestors, just like
We could definitely do an episode about this.
breeding and mating until they make someone smart.
I mean,
Really smart.
you're telling me right
That's how
now.
you get this guy.
Doesn't that kind of blow your mind a little bit, Sonny boy?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some like. I mean, yeah, it is kind of crazy. Wait, so when you said it was predicting the
Not predicting.
oh, because there's the 7 planets there. Are there 7?
There was this show's 9, but that's including Pluto.
Okay.
Actually, I think this might be including 8. But yeah, it shows like the sizes are correct and everything. And so this obviously wouldn't be the Sumerians themselves creating this clay portrait. It would be like the people they created, like celebrating the gods. And that's where like the idea of gods come from. These people from the heavens come down and give us life. The gods, the saints and angels.
That makes sense.
Makes too much sense.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy when you look at stuff this old and
They don't teach you this in the history books. Because they would have to rewrite the whole thing.
yeah. Damn.
This is why you don't let your children get a Reddit. They lose their minds and learn way too much.
Yeah, I've never really like looked into all this sort of stuff, but I gotta say, I think there's something to it. I think there's something to it. No, how about
Oh my
this?
god, there's that cat again.
How about this?
How about we go next door?
Just don't say it. Don't say it.
We take that
Don't
cat.
say it. Stop. 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 I'm changing the subject. What we were talking about?
And we feed it a nice
We were talking.
dinner.
we were talking.
Yeah.
We were talking about space movies earlier. I want to know what your. Give me your top 3.
Interstellar #1.
That's a great. Yeah, that might be.
Lock it,
Consensus
sock
number
it, put it
one.
in your pocket.
That movie. When I saw that movie for the first time,
I cried.
you cried. Was it sad?
It was beautiful.
I kind of forgot.
It was
I
sad.
haven't seen it in a long time.
He aged like 10 times as fast as, or the people on the planet aged 10 times faster than he did. So when he came home,
Oh
his father was
yeah,
like,
the like last part was sad
yeah, it
when
was
it's
so
like,
sad. And then they're pulling the
yeah,
books off the shelf to like find the key.
that was like more. It wasn't like sad.
It was
That was like
beautiful.
sick. Yeah, that was cool.
All right, so I'll put that up there. Ooh, here's a good one. Zathura. That was a pretty dope movie.
Dude, that's got like like Josh Hutchinson or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also, another movie.
the Game of Thrones guy, right? Or the Hunger Games.
There's also a
You know
movie
what?
about
You know
this
what? A good one is. Have you seen the movie Moon?
moon. No, is that the one with Matt Damon?
No, but that one's sick. I think that one's The Martian,
Oh, that one's
and
good
that
too.
one was pretty good. But good
I can't think of the movie.
a good kind of thriller space movie if you're looking for, at least in my opinion, if you're looking for one, is it's called Moon. I forgot what I'm gonna look up the main actor's name really quick because he's a
Moon? Are you just thinking of something in space and calling it a movie?
no, it's a movie.
Have you heard of the movie Asteroid?
What's it?
See, I told you just made it up.
No. Mooncast. Yeah,
Moon.
this is it.
It is.
Hold on.
Let's see what the Rotten Tomatoes is. We all
Oh,
know.
Sam Rockwell, great actor.
Oh, it's got Kevin Spacey. You can't watch it. If you watch a Kevin Spacey movie, it makes you a bad person.
No, it makes you like good movies.
Well,
It means you like good movies because he's a great actor,
He's a
but
great
also
actor.
a bad person apparently.
He's a naughty boy.
What'd he do?
I think he aggressively touched his coworker's genitals.
Pulled a Deshaun.
Well, no more. Yeah, Deshaun.
All right, let's see what this gets on the tomato meter.
Here's a hot take: Deshaun Watson, richest rapist ever.
Let's go, boy. 90% on the tomato meter for Moon. So there you have it.
This is a great movie too. Let's see what this is at.
Oh, The Town.
Town's a great film.
Oh yeah,
Ooh, 92. Holy moly.
that makes sense. I love that movie. That used to be my favorite movie.
Here's a great movie. What do you think Thanksgiving Rotten Tomatoes is listed at?
Never seen it.
You've never seen Thanksgiving?
No.
If you're at home and you've never seen Thanksgiving, those are your plans for the night. Thanksgiving. It's about a beautiful turkey just wants to live the rest of his life like the rest of us, but does it in his own interesting kind of way. Don't watch it with your family. I'm gonna go with a solid.
Is that not
83.
a horror movie?
It
You can take this out now.
depends on how you look at it. Oh, there's a Thanksgiving 3 now. 42. You know what? That's not bad for a killer turkey movie.
I was about to say, there's no way this has an 80 on the tomato meter.
I mean, shit, the movie Krampus had 12%, and that probably had 30 times the amount of money going to production.
I haven't seen any of these.
Whoa, what is 100%?
Holiday horror movies.
Okay, this probably had 1 of 10 reviews. It's probably the 10 people that were casted in it. When the screaming starts, then the suck of blood. All right, everybody, what are you gonna be for Halloween? It's coming up this weekend.
Yeah, drop down in
Ian's gonna be himself, aka a whore.
No, it's a surprise what I'm gonna be. But go ahead and let us know what you're gonna be this Halloween. We always like hearing cool ideas and maybe something. I guess we don't want to copy you in the following years, but I don't know. I think we just want to know from our fans.
I want to copy you. You guys are all cool. I want to be cool just like you.
Yeah. What let's see, Halloween. We didn't really get any pumpkins or anything.
Well, we can't really have anyone to show up besides each other. We don't really have a front door.
Yeah. That's a good point.
And if we did have a pumpkin out there, I feel like a homeless guy would just come.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite candy? What's your favorite?
I haven't heard
What's your favorite?
People love fucking gourds.
What's your favorite candy?
My favorite candy?
In the spirit of Halloween, we should go over this.
Like, what's my favorite candy of all time, or what's my favorite candy during Halloween? Two totally different questions.
I guess during Halloween.
Now that I think about it, I would have the same answer for both questions. Honestly, I'm not a big candy guy.
I'm not either.
Snickers is the only candy I like.
I always liked it when people just gave me money on Halloween. When they just like...
Who the fuck gives out money on Halloween?
Nobody's ever done that to you?
No.
Wow. Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure in my neighborhood, some people would just like... I think it's because...
Where did you grow up?
I think it's just what you do when you don't have any candy. You're like, oh, shit. And you give them like 50 cents. You know? And you invest that 50 cents, you can...
No.
It's better than any candy you'll ever get.
That's debatable.
But, okay, I'll go. My favorite candy, even though I don't really like candy that much, is... I've always liked her. What's the peanut butter? Reese's.
Like, or do you ET? You. That's what kind of animal you'd be. You'd ET.
Well, that's an alien. Is that? It is an alien, and I guess it is an animal. It's just not from here.
One here, another take. I think octopuses are aliens.
Makes sense. What are you doing with that thing? Make sure you don't turn it off.
I don't even know how to turn it off.
Just remember, that's what's capturing your voice. So every time you're like, the whole time you're like putting it over here and back, it's sounding all weird, you know.
Well, because I'm testing my voice volume because I don't know where it's going to be.
It's all good.
Maybe it's going to be here. Maybe it's going to be here. Maybe it's going to be here. Should we get into the very last number 4?
Yeah, I think. How long? I wonder how long we've been going. 8:30.
I'll get into it quick.
Yeah.
Pyramids, obviously done by aliens. How could humans construct that? Alien spaceship. Pick up, walk, move, 100 yards, drop, release, beep, pick up, rock number 2,000 rocks later. There you got your pyramids. What are you gonna put a 10-ton rock on your back again 10,000 years ago and bring it up 20 other stones on top of the other stone? No. Aliens. Beep boop pop, babu beep.
Okay,
Drop the mic.
that's an interesting theory.
The only theory.
Do you think they why? That's my question. That's my follow
Why
up.
the pyramids were built?
Yeah, like what's the
They were
if
built.
they put them there? Do you think it's like a tech? Do you think they're like a they send a signal to space or
Yes,
something?
they're built as energy conductors. If you look inside of
Are they
the,
made of gold?
if you look in the chambers, they are made of materials that conduct electricity, like copper. There's like lithium. There's
And can you go
there's
inside them?
yes, and this
Okay.
I watched some kind of YouTube video about it, so good chance this not be may not be true, but yeah,
Sorry, people never lie in
if
YouTube
you
videos.
combine the materials inside of like the king's chamber and the queen's chamber, and like the tunnels to get there, and you combine them, you can conduct electricity through that. And there's if you scrape the walls of the tunnels, there's like I believe it's called there's some kind of acid on the walls that would show on the walls as if after electricity being ran through it. So I think they're built as giant conductors. Kind
Interesting.
of.
I
It's a
do.
fun thought.
It is.
Don't lock it in, Will. Just a fun thought.
I like where your head's at. I mean, it seems tough to build
Why else
with
would you do all that
people
work?
because it looks cool. But still, no. Like that's way too much work. Maybe. Do you think for that civilization was that like their kingdom, like in the pyramid? Is that where like the Egyptian king like would reside?
So the theory, or what the history books would tell you, is that they built the pyramids to host like the high priest and the kings and the queens, and that's
Mm-hmm.
where they would bury them. But if you actually look, they've never found a body or an actual mummy inside of one of those pyramids. So that's starting to become a false narrative, which that's another thing they don't tell you, which I don't think they want to tell you these things because they don't want to tell you that the pyramids can create free energy from the earth, because then all these companies such as PG&E and all these other energy companies would run out of business, because back then in the ancient civilizations, Ian, they knew how to draw free energy from the earth through the pyramids, and now they don't want to show us that technology because they know we can get it for free, and there's too much money out there for people to make from that knowledge that they aren't giving us, man. They're holding it from us. Hot take number 17.
I like it. I like where your head's at. I think it's important that we have people like Will and others who
Thank you.
are willing to ask these questions and provide just kind of spitball and try to come up with the answers because it is crazy to me how there's these big how they could make these pyramids that are humongous thousands of years ago without any modern technology. I think it's weird, and all I can think about is how much it would suck to make them.
There's a lot of missing
Are you allowed
links
to like climb on them
on the
today?
pyramids.
Yeah.
Now, I think people got in trouble for fucking on them a couple years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, like the
I
Transformer
say it's.
movie,
I
that
think.
would have been a big no no.
Oh yeah.
I think Optimus Prime stood on top of it and fought Megatron.
Yeah. That's. I mean, what are you gonna do though? You're not stopping them.
I think I could sit down Optimus Prime and have a one-on-one conversation. Be like, sir, this is one of the seven wonders of the world. Can you please not distract one of my favorite places to gaze and look at and learn about? This used to be ancient technological free energy for the world, and you're going to destroy it by fighting another. Yeah, I can't. I can't. So yeah, I think I can sit him down and talk to him about it.
I think you could too.
I think I could too.
What do you think about wrapping this one up?
Either that, or I'm down to get into Al Qaeda versus the Taliban.
Let's save
Have you seen the
that.
Taliban TikToks?
I'm not. I don't. I don't want to watch them. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should stop it right
Yeah.
here. All right. Well,
Well, I think this is a wonderful time of year. Again, don't forget to hit the lines this weekend. There's a lot of good action. We got the World Series going. We got NBA basketball. We got football. Also, keep an eye out. We'll be throwing out our line of the week on our Instagram page, which is just hungry, horny, confused. We'll put it at the end of the video if you like gain a little bit more content from us. And yeah, we wish you guys all a happy Halloween. We hope that you guys have some cool outfits and just have a good weekend. And that's what we're going to try to do too. From the Hungry, Horny, and Confused crew, I'm Ian.
I'm Will.
And we'll see you next time.
See you
Happy
later,
Halloween, baby.
alligator. Shout out to all my people incarcerated for weed.
Free 'em.
My beloved monster and me, we go everywhere together, wearing a raincoat that has 4 sleeves, gets us through all kinds of weather.